Konnichiwa minasan, Nihongo no gakusei desu. In this lesson, we will learn how to say I have been, or in Japanese, koto ga aru. For example, this sentence, I have been to America. America ni itta koto ga arimasu. Now here is the complete sentence to say I have been to America. But of course, this is a very different translation. Literally, it is translated as I have the experience of going to America, or I had the experience of going to America. I have had the experience of going to America. As you can see here, the word koto, not ga, the word koto means experience. Literally, we are saying I have the experience of going to America. The verb before it is in the past tense, as you can see here. The equation that we are going to use is the verb must be in the short past affirmative form. Okay? Short past affirmative form plus koto ga aru. So it means I have the experience of, and then the verbs. For the negative one, for the negative sentence, I have not been to Korea. Kankoku ni itta koto ga or wa then arimasen. Kankoku ni itta koto ga arimasen. So here we change arimas to arimasen, which is negative. So the sentence is in the negative form. I have not been. So here it means literally I don't have the experience of going to Korea. Here, as you can see, we can use wa when we are talking about negative sentence. Koto wa arimasen. Or in spoken language, commonly used in Japanese, koto wa nai desu. Koto wa nai desu. Okay? But of course, it is understood, you can be understood if you use koto ga arimasen. Okay? But this is more natural to say koto wa nai desu. Kankoku ni itta koto wa nai desu. Okay? So here in this lesson, we must focus ourselves on the plain past positive form of the verb. As you can see here, highlighted in yellow. So itta from iku, mita from miru, yasunda from yasumu. Okay? Focus on the past positive plain form of the verb when speaking about koto ga aru. Another example, I have seen a giraffe. Kiri no mita. So again, the short past affirmative form of miru is mita. Mita. Then we add koto ga arimasu. So aru is the casual form, arimasu is the polite form. So kiri no mita koto ga aru. Here we follow the equation above. And this literally means I have the experience of seeing giraffe. Okay? Daigaku no toki, in college or when I was in college, jugyo, yasunda, from the dictionary form yasumu, to be absent. Koto ga arimasen, or koto wa nai desu. Daigaku no toki, jugyo yasunda koto ga arimasen. This means I have never been absent in class when I was in college. Or another translation, I don't have the experience of being absent in college. Or I didn't have the experience of being absent in college. There are a lot of English translations in this case. Alright. Koto ga means experience and then aru. So here, aru is a root verb and can be conjugated. For the affirmative casual, aru, and the affirmative polite, arimasu. For the negative casual and negative polite, nai, koto wa nai desu. So here, when using negative, casual, or polite, we can use koto wa nai desu or koto wa arimasen. In spoken language, as we have just discussed, we can say koto wa nai desu. Now here, in this case, we are going to use only the present forms of aru. All of these here are in the present form. Aru, arimasu, nai, arimasen, koto ga nai, koto ga arimasen. These are all in the present forms, okay? Because it is either you experience or you have not experienced, either or, affirmative or negative only. So we use present form of aru. Alright, another. Yoroppa ni itta koto ga arimasu ka? Have you ever been to Europe? Or have you had the experience of going to Europe? Yoroppa ni itta koto ga arimasu ka? Now we're going to learn how to answer the question. For example, in the positive, hai, itta koto ga arimasu. Hai, itta koto ga arimasu. So here, we include the verb, itta koto ga arimasu. We include the verb in the answer. Or we can just say, hai, arimasu. Okay? We do not use koto ga arimasu. Okay? Or in the negative, iie, itta koto ga arimasen. No, I have not. Or iie arimasen. Just arimasen will do. Okay? So the answer is not koto ga arimasu or koto ga arimasen. The verb must always be included. Or just arimasu or arimasen will do. Now for some sentences. Again, remember the pattern. Verb, short past affirmative, koto ga aru. Kore o mita koto ga aru. Kore o mita koto ga aru. I've seen this before. I have the experience of seeing this before. Okay. So mita comes from the dictionary form miru, to see. France ni itta koto ga aru. I've been to France before. So itta comes from iku, to go. Sore o kita koto ga aru. I've heard of that before. Sore o kita koto ga aru. So kita comes from kiku, to listen, to hear. Nihon wa suki desu ga itta koto ga nai. I love Japan, but I've never been there. Nihon wa suki desu ga itta koto ga nai. Again, itta comes from iku. Kore wa dare ni mo hanashita koto ga arimasen. Kore wa dare ni mo hanashita koto ga arimasen. I've never told this to anyone. So hanashita comes from the verb hanasu, speak or tell. Hontou ni? Kuruma o unten shita koto ga nai desu ka? Really? You have never driven a car before? So here is the question in the negative tense. Koto ga nai desu ka? Kuruma o unten shita koto ga nai desu ka? So unten shita is the short past affirmative form of the verb unten suru, to drive. Unten suru. Now we're going to make a sentence using koto ga aru. For example, eat tempura. I have the experience of eating tempura. Tempura o tabeta koto ga arimasu. Or I have not the experience of going to Tokyo. I've never been to Tokyo. Tokyo ni itta koto ga arimasen. Tokyo ni itta koto ga arimasen. Okay, now we're going to formulate sentences using the negative koto ga arimasu, koto ga arimasen, and the positive koto ga arimasu. For the phrase with the check mark, we use the positive, arimasu. Eat sushi, study Korean, work at a restaurant. But when it is in the X mark, when the phrase is in the X mark, we use arimasen. Have not the experience or haven't been. Go to Hiroshima, write a love letter, rabureta. Sleep in class, I have the experience of living in class. Or I have climbed Mount Fuji, I have not driven a car, I've not seen Japanese movies, I've never went to shrine, okay? So you may pause the videos and try to formulate sentences in the affirmative and negative form of aru. Or you may continue watching this video, okay? Alright. Alright, number 1. Eat sushi. I've eaten sushi. Sushi o tabeta koto ga arimasu. Sushi o tabeta koto ga arimasu. Number 2. Study Korean. I've studied Korean. Or I have the experience of studying Korean. Kankoku go o benkyou shita koto ga arimasu. Kankoku go o benkyou shita koto ga arimasu. I have the experience of studying Korean. I've worked at a restaurant. Restaurant de hataraita koto ga arimasu. Restaurant de hataraita koto ga arimasu. I've worked at a restaurant. I've never been to Hiroshima. Hiroshima ni itta koto ga arimasen. Hiroshima ni itta koto ga arimasen. I've never written a love letter. Rabureta o kita koto ga arimasen. Rabureta o kita koto ga arimasen. I've never written a love letter. Number 6. I've slept in class. 授業で寝たことがあります。授業で寝たことがあります。I've climbed Mount Fuji. Or I have the experience of climbing Mount Fuji. Fujisan ni nobotta koto ga arimasu. Fujisan ni nobotta koto ga arimasu. Nobotta comes from noboru. Noboru, to climb. Next, number 8. I have not the experience of driving a car in Japan. Or I've never driven a car in Japan. Nihon de kuruma o onten shita koto ga arimasen. Nihon de kuruma o unten shita koto ga arimasen. Number 9. I've never seen Japanese movies. Nihon no eiga o mita koto ga arimasen. Nihon no eiga o mita koto ga arimasen. And number 10, finally, go to shrine. I've never been to a shrine. Jinja ni itta koto ga arimasen. Jinja ni itta koto ga arimasen.